But yeah, I mean, do you guys have any other thoughts? Because we're gonna go
closing thoughts here.
My closing thoughts, I mean, just to repeat what you just said, I think the main objective should be that the race to world first is in the best interest of the community. In my opinion, there is no reason why Redbull needs to have control over the race to world first in order to do so. I see no reason why Redbull could not sponsor the race to world first, leaving the control with the community. There's no reason for me for that.
Okay, that makes sense. And Rich?
Yeah, I think my closing thoughts are just, when I do look at how everything was conveyed, it seems like it is presenting the information in such a way that makes it seem like Red Bull essentially didn't pay for anything, and that makes it seem like they didn't pay for all the production costs of the previous events. And I think that also it is not necessarily being fully true about where control should lie, because I don't think it actually takes the other guilds into account. And I think that the way that it's handled might be toxic for the future of the community and actually hurt other guilds in the future. That's my problem with it. I think that's actually bad for the future of the World of Warcraft community.
Okay. Sko, do you have anything else to add? Or are we good? Or Scribe?
Yeah, all right. I guess I'm still here.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us on the on stream to talk about this a little bit further. It's obviously a very serious issue. And it's like I said at the start of this call, it's been extremely stressful over the last month, kind of talking this back and forth, and to finally get something out in the public domain, and being able to actually answer those questions. That's why we're not doing this event with Red Bull this time around. Definitely does feel like a bit of a relief, a bit of the weight lifted from the shoulders. Obviously, we're full steam ahead now with preparing for the event that we're putting on. And in terms of that, we should have an announcement out, if not tomorrow, then Monday, absolute latest.
Yeah, I mean, I think that everybody's looking forward to seeing what's going to happen in the next event, especially now that it's going to be independently run, and also to see the other competing events. And I don't know, I think this is going to be very, very interesting, just for the sake of the whole event and how this is all turning out. So I just really hope that at the end of the day, kind of going back to what Rich was saying, that it ends up just being good for the community in one way or another. So I think that's basically what we all want, and it's good for you guys in a way. I mean, there are people who are skeptical. I mean, it's not good for Method if the WoW community is not in a good shape.
I mean, listen, I think no matter what happens after this, it's good that this has been obviously brought out into the community, and it's a talking point, right, as to how we're going to move this race to world first events forward, because they're obviously these events are obviously huge. They took everyone by somewhat of a surprise. So I think it's important that at least it's actually a conversation we're having as to how this is going to develop into the future. We just need to make sure it's obviously healthy for the entire World of Warcraft community. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what matters. And also, I mean, thanks a lot for coming on, guys. It really means a lot, because obviously, talking about it and, having our takes on it is one thing, but then actually hearing from you guys really what you're thinking is and everything really does help out a lot. So I really do appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
All right. Well,
thanks for trying to break our balls, Rich.
Dude, it's fun, dude. I just like talking, man.
All right. Okay.
Right. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.
Yep. See you later.
Good night, everyone.
Peace.
Good night.
Well, there it is.
Shit.
Yeah, there it is, dude.
Christ.
Yeah,
now we'll just let the YouTube comments decide its fate.
Well, I'm sure that YouTube, I'm sure YouTube comments, I mean, they always know exactly what to say and what's done, right? I mean, that's all it comes down to. Just a second. It's off. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to turn that off real quick. Professional way to handle something. Well, no, I think that everything did go pretty well. I mean, there was no overall, nobody really got mad, and this is... No, I mean, not really. I mean, not really. Overall, I mean, this is usually how people handle things. I know everybody wants to see a giant argument and people screaming, but generally, whenever people have a disagreement, they just talk about it, and that's about it, right?
What up, Esfand?
Hey, what did I miss?
Everything.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
Yeah?
That's a Coke, right?
What the fuck?
What?
That's a Coke, right?
What's going on?
Yeah, that's not a,
Yeah.
What are you drinking there, dude?
Wait, what? What's the big deal?
Esfand, what are you drinking, dude?
Uh-oh.
It's a sugar-free.
Really?
Sugar-free what, dude?
Oh, it must be water. Water's sugar-free. Yeah, that could be it, right? I was gushing. Yeah, I mean, I hope you guys understand, like, whenever we talk about stuff like this, it's not a big deal. Right? It's not a big
Dude,
deal. We just
they
talk
had
about it.
Chad had a real problem with opposing viewpoints. They were.
Really?
Chad was getting upset, dude.
Yeah, of
like
course
very
they are.
upset.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
No, they did not.
It was so bad that I
No,
had to...
dude, they did not. Why are you arguing with me on this?
Okay, dude.
Good one,
No,
dude.
no, it's...
Thanks.
See, yeah, people can't really understand argument. Like, we're doing Rich basically. So, yeah, I mean, like, there's no real arguments usually. People just say that somebody's stupid. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we could bring in... I like bringing in people from chat and actually talking with them about, like, what their concerns are or opinions are. I'm not saying we're going to do that today or anything like that, but overall, I do like doing that. So Rich got trolled. I don't think Rich got trolled or anything. I mean, Rich is coming at it from one perspective. You know, Sasha and Sko are coming at it from another perspective. I mean, that's really all it comes down to. And you know, both of them, like, I think at the end of the day, they want to make sure that the WoW community is in as good of a place as possible. And like you can say, like Method also wants to make sure Method is doing well, which is also true. But I mean, it's not good for Method if the WoW community is in a bad place. And also, it does diminish some of the excitement that people have about, like, the world first race whenever people already know who's going to win, right? And so it's in their best interest to have it be, you know, much more of an event. You know what I mean? Method brings 90% of the viewers. I'd be surprised if it wasn't more, honestly. And that's what we had looked at before, is the fact that Method is, you know, the amount of viewership that they bring to the tournaments to the events and everything is much higher than anybody else. Rich made a lot of good arguments, but viewpoints involve players need to earn enough money to live. Well, yeah, I mean, that's definitely true. I mean, the thing is that, like, players, it's that is being a professional WoW raider, is that a valid or is that something that you should expect to be able to do? You know, like, professionally. I don't really know. In like my perspective, I was gonna ask him if Josh was gonna raid with them. Fuck.
Oh, well, I don't think
yeah, I was gonna. I thought of that, and I like saw it in chat.
I wouldn't ask anything about Josh.
So I would have asked it right at the end, dude. Like, I mean, just see, like, yeah, we don't know. Okay, that's fine. You know, it's not a big deal. I forgot to ask. I was thinking it exactly. Redbull isn't a typical event organizer's dumb. Well, I mean, here's the thing, right? Is like, obviously, like, my concern is I really wish that I could sit down and talk to somebody from Redbull and, you know, I could help them develop a better media strategy than try to put everything on their own channel. I don't think that's a good idea, and I also think they should probably do it through other different organizers and then just be a secondary sponsor or an endemic sponsor. It seems a lot cleaner that way, and unless Red Bull actually wants to create a whole new studio and everything and move into that and actually be a production company, then I don't think it's a really good use of their time or of other people's time either. So me, Justin, they want a monopoly? Well, of course they want a monopoly. Everybody always wants a monopoly. Monopolies are good for the people that have the monopoly because they make a lot of money. That's just the truth.
Yeah, but generally monopolies are bad. I mean, look at
well,
Walmart.
It depends, right? It's like if you are, yeah, but if you're somebody whose last name is Walton, I think Walmart having a monopoly is fucking great for you. And that's what I'm really trying to say, is monopolies are really good for the people that are involved with them, but not necessarily for, like, the greater community or the greater amount of people as a whole. Red Bull recognized brand, bring new people. No, I don't think that's the case. I don't think Red Bull has any sort of endemic draw to different events that other people don't have in other ways as well. Am I going to die here? No, I'm not. Okay, I healed myself there for a second. Yeah, I really don't think that, like, nobody is going to watch an event, right? And the people that are going to watch the event, it's going to be very minimal. Nobody's going to be like, oh, wow, I'm going to watch this because Red Bull is doing it. It doesn't really seem like it makes sense. And I don't think that's a good idea. And also, if it was, like, look at NVIDIA, for example, or Razer, right? Whenever basically Razer would pay people to stream on their stream, right? Whenever Swifty would stream on there, etc. It's not like Swifty was doing that randomly. NVIDIA, same thing. Those websites and those channels weren't getting a huge amount of viewership or anything, or they were just getting their base viewership of maybe like a couple hundred viewers. So I don't think there's any sort of like a intrinsic draw to having, it be on a Red Bull channel versus just on somebody else's channel that can advertise it to more people. How can Red Bull possibly have a monopoly? What would obstruct other brands from sponsoring guilds? Well, I think that it's really the difference between like having a brand sponsor guilds and then also having a brand be the governing body of an event that guilds are part of. And I think that's really the difference and the concern that a lot of people have and that Method had. And I can see where Rich is coming from too. Because obviously, like, basically Red Bull helped them set up the event. And if Red Bull is helping them set up the event, that's basically what Red Bull is bringing to the table, right? I mean, they're helping them do the event, and that's what matters. But I think that also the players do need to be compensated. In my opinion, I think that Method made a mistake by not doing the event remotely for the first one. I think they should have done it remotely and independently. And if they had done that, I think they would be in a completely different spot and we wouldn't have the situation that we have now. That's personally the way that I look at it. Red Bull is a sponsor, not an owner. Well, yeah, but once they have everything on their channel and they have a relationship with Blizzard, they're not necessarily the owner, but it is their channel that they own. And so it's not direct ownership of the entire event, but it's direct ownership of basically the outcome of the event, if that makes sense. And the distribution of the event. Rich's arguments got countered. Well, no, I don't know about that. I mean, I think that Rich was just probably talking about something else. I mean, that's really all it comes down to. Rich is all together. No, it's like, I mean, come on. I hope that you guys see where I'm coming from too. The organizer is going to be compensating the players. Why would the players still get the stream revenue? Well, it depends, right? I mean, why would they still get the stream revenue? Because it's better for the event. Because it has more perspectives, it makes the event more holistic, and I think that it also gives more players, it makes it more accessible for players, because obviously WoW is a very complex game, and people are going to want to see different perspectives of different classes, etc. And also, like, I don't think that you should ever look at somebody's compensation and say, that's enough. Like, you don't need any more than that. Like, I don't think that the brand should be in the business of telling people how much money they should be getting, right? They should just try to make a deal with them and do whatever is equitable for both people rather than trying to lock people into exclusivity. That's my opinion on it. When's the lore? I'm trying to figure that out right now, okay? I mean, this was kind of a...
Yeah, we really fucked up.
Well, I mean, not really. I mean, this was
Today was supposed to be the lore day, man.
Yeah,
like,
but what are we supposed to do? Just like ignore something really big that happens in the community because we made a plan on Twitter yesterday? I mean, that seems silly. Of course not.
Well, I'm upset, dude.
Well, I'm sure there's other people that are upset too, but like the point is still the same. Like, I mean, of course I'm going to continue doing things. I'm going to change what I'm doing based off of some sort of like big news that comes out that I feel is important, right? I mean, it just that's what I do. We got real life war? Yeah, it's basically real life war, exactly. Check my donos. I'll read those in a minute, okay? Okay, let's get this down. Kill this guy real quick. Get this mount? I'm hopefully gonna get the mount, dude. Let's see if it's gonna happen. Here we fucking go. Come on. Let me read donos real quick, okay? Tournament organizers creates artificial first place at their tournaments. You cannot own a world first race, so guild could cuck everyone by not streaming world first race. That's true. Let's see. How would you keep the raid scene competitive or be more specific? How would you ensure smaller guilds are able to conquer the spot in the world first events? Don't. I don't think that they should. Like, I don't think that it's important. I think it should be completely community organized. Yeah, don't. Just let it be what it is. And if people don't compete in it, that's fine. I don't think that there is any intrinsic need for a world first race. It's something that's it's a created need. Just a second, let me read the rest of this. MO's Big Fish wants to eat a smaller one. Method's a decent org, but if Red Bull takes over, it will limit its profit. That's true. We were getting upset because Rich was extremely aggressive for no reason. Wasn't comprehending well-explained points. I think that he just had a different perspective. And if anybody's ever becoming hostile or upset in chat, I think that it's very easy just to not express yourself in a negative or a toxic way. As always, if people are being rude or whatever, just because somebody upsets you doesn't rationalize acting like a jackass in chat, and you will be timed out and or banned depending on how you say things, right? That's just the truth. Like, I don't like the whole idea of, well, you're making them mad, so they're going to do this. Like, what do you mean? Like, just don't do it. That's the truth. Dare deleted the tweet. Well, good. I mean, that's good that she deleted the tweet. It's not what they were trying to say, and it was like probably not what she should have said. It's not a big deal, but it's good that she deleted it. Yeah. All right, 1 second. We'll read the rest of this. This is like the NFL shutting down everyone, calling it the big game and not the Super Bowl. Imagine having Papa John's own control of the phrase Super Bowl. Yeah, you're right.
Papa John's.
Oh, jeez. It's clear that Method wants to create an ESL-style organization. What is the other guy's holdup? I don't know yet. I'm not sure. And also because they're not explicitly stating that. If they're saying, oh, Sko subscribed to me. I didn't even see that. Thanks, Sko, if you're still around.